The Nintendo Switch has been a great console for both single player and multiplayer games. For me, some of the best gaming moments I've had has been with a local multiplayer, which I'm sure is the same for many of you guys. Right out of the box, the system comes with a set of Joy-Con controllers which you can split between 2 people. And while it does work in a pinch, it isn't exactly comfortable. If you want a better gaming experience, prepare to drop $79.99 for another pair of Joy-Cons or $69.99 for the Pro Controller. All the technology packed into these controllers such as NFC, motion controls, and infrared contributes to the higher cost, but what if you don't necessarily need all of these features? Well, this is where the Mayflash Magic-NS Adapter comes into play. This adapter will allow you to connect wired or wirelessly to Bluetooth console controllers that you already own to your Nintendo Switch, PS3 if you still have one laying around, and your PC as well. Supported Bluetooth wireless controllers are the PS3, PS4, Wii U Pro, and the Xbox One S controller. Wired mode supports all of the above, plus the Xbox One and Xbox 360 controllers, along with a variety of wired USB controllers from Logitech. The Mayflash NS adapter comes in a plastic tray that holds the adapter in place during shipment, and an instruction leaflet. Unfortunately, I don't have every controller that is supported, but what I do have probably covers 90% of the users out there, and will give you a good example of both wireless and wired modes. The controller I'm personally excited to use with this controller is the Wii U Pro, but I also have a PS4 to test the wireless functionality and an Xbox One Elite for wired. But before we go into the controller testing, let's take a look at the available modes. Mayflash has put a very convenient cheat sheet of all the available modes on the adapter itself. Earlier adopters will notice that their labels are missing a 4th purple Switch Pro mode. This is a feature introduced in a later firmware that gave controllers rumble feedback and gave the PS4 controller gyro inputs. The blue LED represents PS3 or PC direct input for direct input APIs. The red represents the Nintendo Switch, and the green indicates PC X input for Xbox input APIs. This is my preferred mode for PC since Xbox inputs are supported right out of the box for pretty much all modern games that have controller support. You can switch between each of these modes by pressing and holding down the button located on the side of the adapter for 3 to 5 seconds until you see the LED color change. Repeat this process until you're in the mode that you want. For example, I'll be leaving it on red for the Switch. For all 3 modes, there are 3 available LED states that indicate where you are in the pairing process. If the LED is blinking slowly, then there are no currently connected Bluetooth devices. Quick blink means that the adapter is now in syncing mode and is actively looking for a controller that is in pairing mode. When the LED is solid, that means you have successfully paired a controller. In this example here, I already have the adapter configured for pairing, so let's go ahead and sync our controllers. For the Wii U Pro controller, wake it with any surface button. Turn your controller over, and with a semi-pointy object, press down on the red button to push the controller into pairing mode. After a few moments, the adapter should go solid to indicate that the controller has been paired. The PS4 process is very similar, except to pair you will have to hold down the PS home button and share button at the same time. To use the purple Switch Pro mode to take advantage of the rumble and gyro features, the pairing process is identical, but you'll need to enable the Switch Pro wired mode within the system settings. Wired, on the other hand, is a plug-and-play affair. Attach the adapter, connect your controller, power it up, and you're good to go. In terms of performance, from what I can tell, there's not a discernible difference in latency when compared to the Joy-Con controllers. In Splatoon 2, Zelda, Tetris, and Shovel Knight, the controllers were snappy and consistent of what I was expecting on screen relative to my inputs. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera fast enough to do precise measurements with, but the controls do feel good. All of the buttons are mapped out correctly right off the bat, and the analog stick works as expected. Now, before even going through the pairing procedure, I would highly recommend updating the firmware on the adapter. The update procedure is very simple. Download the application from Mayflash's website, open said application, plug in your adapter, and hit update once it's detected. Now, what's cool about this adapter is that it doesn't just work on the Nintendo Switch. As mentioned before, it also supports PC and PS3 as well, but unofficially, and what's even more interesting, is that this adapter works with devices like the Nvidia Shield. While the mapping out of the box isn't exactly correct for Android, you can always remap the raw control inputs. While this probably will not be a make it or break it feature, any added utility is always appreciated. So wrapping it up, my experience with this adapter has been pretty stellar. Performance has been consistent and is at a level that I would expect from a product like this. Pairing has been easy and straightforward, and I do like that the adapter stores multiple controllers, which is great for when I want to change things up. The build quality on the adapter itself could have been a bit better. The plastic is quite thin and the setting button is annoyingly small, so unless you have nimble fingers or long nails, it'll probably be very difficult to actuate the button, especially if you have the adapter tucked away in the rear compartment like I do here. On my particular unit, the button is already starting to feel a little mushy, and unfortunately this is a pretty common problem with cheap switches. With that said, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. The ability to breathe new life into old controllers that would have otherwise continued to collect dust is well worth the cost of the NS Magic Adapter. Well, that's it for today's review. I hope you guys liked my video. If you do, please like, subscribe, it really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.